Okay, all right, everybody. Happy New Year, January 2nd, 2025. Heard a woo-hoo back there, right on, that's good. All right, thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol and drug addiction. Meeting start time is 6:30, so please be on time. Please stay off your cell phones, and please only one person speaks at a time. We will sign anything that needs to be signed, including Kelly's famous headshot for her modeling career. Yeah. Kelly will be signing those. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how substance abuse has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language and language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning veteran that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them back into our program. Do we have any of those people tonight? I see Joe here again. Good to see you. We applauded you last time.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, good to see you, buddy. Your confidentiality is important to us. However, please be mindful, this is a live stream meeting that is open to Racing for Recovery members around the globe. What a heavy statement, that's pretty cool. Please refrain from getting up and leaving during the meeting while it's in progress. If you're gonna litter, do it in one of our trash cans. And it's January 2nd, so I know a lot of people had that New Year's resolution that they were gonna quit smoking.
Yeah.
So congrats to everybody.
Yeah.
We talked about this in November. Oh, I'm gonna quit in January. Well, it's here. You guys ought to be proud of yourselves, right? Cool. That includes vaping too, right? All right. Please quit smoking. I do want to say this, and I'm gonna say the person's name. Gentleman by the name of Josh, that's all I want to say, that came here, did really well a few years ago, has not been around for a couple years, passed away yesterday, and I just want to leave it at that and say that's really, that sucks, because he was a great dude, and please don't ask me what happened or anything, because that's irrelevant to me. I just want to acknowledge that he was a good dude. I enjoyed our conversations. He was great in groups, and I really feel for his kids and his friends and people that knew him. So just keep that in mind. Okay.
I'm going to interrupt you. We missed an OG that returned at Jordan over there.
We'll get to her during the announcements.
Okay. Well, you said if anybody was looking.
Do you want to acknowledge that you're back here yet, or do you want to wait?
I'm not back, but I'm busy.
Okay. Well, I didn't. See? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks to Dean and everybody who helped out in the kitchen for that awesome dinner tonight. That was killer. Do they still say killer? If you're a burnout like me.
Yeah.
All right, so we did that. We got some first timers, right? We're gonna do the introductions, right? Am I forgetting that?
When do we do announcements? Because I don't have it, so I'm gonna wing it.
Is it the guidelines?
Guidelines before announcements?
Thanks, Nick. Right. Who's got the guidelines? Man, I'm screwing up already. Go ahead, Greg.
Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. The first guideline is recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. Number 2, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. Number 3, using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. Number 4, defining balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. Number 5, building a self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. Number 6, understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. Number 7, lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. Number 8, learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. Number 9, recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. Number 10, caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Awesome. Thanks, Craig.
Thank
So you want to read some of those or no?
Okay, the announcements page is missing, so we're gonna wing it. And please tell me if I missed anything, okay? We have a lot of things going on around here that we would love people to join in on. On Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock, we have men's and women's group here. It's an amazing group. We have the men's in here and the women's next door. On Wednesday, we have our church recovery group at Bedford Alliance, and the bus picks up about 5 o'clock over at the Suites. They have a home cooked meal. On Thursdays, you're all here for that. We have dinner with Chef, nice plant-based dinner at 5:30 to 6:30, and then live starts at 6:30. And can we do a round of applause for Chef and everybody that helps out in the kitchen for tonight? Okay, then on Saturday, might be a different name, but it used to be a family fun that we do in the afternoon from 2:30 to 5. And all are welcome from outside, just as everything I announced. Everybody from outside is welcome. Please invite family and friends. We are going to be starting book study again to be announced. It follows on Saturday after family fun. We'll let you know. Date, time changes. It'll be soon. On Sunday, my favorite meeting besides this one is Run Walk that we do out at Wildwood. A lot of people that have got a lot of sober time join us out there. It's an amazing meeting if you're into the nature and just real chill, low key. Good camaraderie out there. And the van picks up over at the Suites about 7:30. The meeting is from 8 to 9. And after that, also, if you want to go to church at Bedford Alliance, they'll pick you up to go to church at 10:15 on Sunday. After that, we have a Sunday fun day here from 1 to 3:30, 1:30 to 3. I'm not sure, but Sunday fun day. We do have that here, and everybody's welcome. Also, if we could give a round of applause for our IT, Matt and Abby. Forget anything over there? Okay, how about that?
Okay, anybody here for their first ever Racing for Recovery meeting ever? No? Okay, one? No? No, okay. Here's what we're gonna do tonight to make it quick so we can get into our topic. Everybody go around, say your name. You don't have to identify as a alcoholic or a drug addict, those are things that you used to do. If you want to say that, you're more than welcome to, but we want to know your name and one word that is going to or that describes your mindset for 2025. Your name and just one word of how 2025 is going to be for you. All right, we'll start over here. Bradley, go ahead. Sorry. Mr. No Name, neither of you want to say it. Okay.
Ricky, I'm here to give and receive support.
And one word describe you for 2025.
Motivated.
Okay. Kevin,
Kevin, healing.
cool. Pam,
Pam, clear.
nice. Michael,
Michael, and my word would be revealing.
nice. Kayla,
I'm Kayla. I'm here to give and receive support, and my word is peace.
nice. Nick,
My name's Nick. I'm here because I want to be, and my word for the year would be shenanigans. I don't know. Success.
Michael,
I'm Michael. I'm here because I want to be, and I don't get to be very often, so I thought I'd attend, and my word is approved.
My name's Josh, and this is where I'm supposed to be, and my word is determined.
My name is Richard. I'm here because I want to be, and my word is perseverance.
cool. Good word.
I'm Ryan. I'm here to be with my peers. My word for this year would be visionary.
Okay, cool. Jordan,
Jordan, I'm here to give and receive support and get to see everybody that I've grown with. My word for the year would probably be my resilience.
Miss Sheila,
My name is Sheila, and starting out in turmoil, but it's not going to go that way because I am driven.
yes. Yes. Sean,
My name's Sean, and my word for the year is discipline.
is what?
Discipline.
Cool. James,
James, my word for the year would be energized.
Kenzie, I'm here to heal from trauma, and my word for the year is growth.
Kim, here to give support, and my word this year is peaceful.
good word. James,
I'm James. I'm here to better my life and to get my life back on track to where it needs to be. And for 2025, be consistent and brave.
I didn't ask you this morning, but why did you choose Racing for Recovery to help you?
Because I heard this place is the most consistent, best learning place I've ever heard. And since I've been here, I've learned a lot.
Cool.
And this place is starting to make me feel a lot better. There's a lot of people here that care.
Yep.
And from all the other places I've been to, I recommend this place more than anything.
I'm glad you're here, man. Nice to meet you. Joe.
My name's Joe, and I'm here because now that I'm back in Toledo, when I first came through these doors the first time so many years ago, this has always felt like home.
Yeah.
My word for this year is going to be change.
Leah?
Hi, I'm Leah. I would have to say my word is powerhouse.
Nice. Nice. Sean?
My name is Sean. It's a blessing to be here. Dedication.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
My name is Jeff. My word is clarity.
Bob.
My name's Bob, and my word is prosperity.
Nice. All right. Steve.
Steve, I'm here to give and receive support, and my word is accomplished.
Right.
My name is Craig. I'm here for support and give, and my word, education.
It's Big Mike. Here to better my recovery, and my word's diabolical.
Diabolical.
Alrighty. Love it.
I think we need to see you after Zoom. Ron, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ron. Here to continue to learn more about myself, and my word for the upcoming year is focus.
Go blue.
You guys going?
I'm Gwen and my word would be action.
Yep.
Me and my word is freedom.
Daniel and persistent.
Yes.
Bradley, motivate.
Okay. Joe.
Joe, I'm here because this is where I belong. Turner.
Okay. James.
My name's James, and I love being here on Thursdays, and my word will be focus.
Rob, love being here. Victorious.
Nice word. Heather.
I'm Heather. That's Xander. I would definitely say strong.
Okay.
Larry, here to support my dear friend Heather, and I would say kindness.
Right. Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, and I was gonna say focused as well.
I'll give it to you. I'm Kelly, and I'm here because that's where I want to be on Thursday. It's what we do. Mine is going to be do better.
My name is Todd. I'm here on Thursday specifically because I want to be back involved with this meeting. And my word for 2025 is peace. Yeah. Inner peace and peace for all. Okay. Let's see, we need somebody to read the answer.
Steve, the answer. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain. As I approach the light of hope that lies before me, each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I tangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being, full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last I've reached the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so it begins racing for recovery.
Awesome. Okay, so I do have a topic that I want to do tonight. But is anybody having a hard go that you need to raise your hand and talk about something that we can do? Nick?
When you spoke on your, the person Josh you were talking about.
Yep.
The whole morning part, like, the holidays were tough for me.
Yeah.
So I have learned to celebrate the life that they had instead,
Awesome.
so I hope you can celebrate his life.
Yeah.
But more importantly today, I think we should celebrate Daniel's birthdays today.
Yeah, that's peer support.
Good
Are we
setup.
doing the thing?
Are we doing
Yeah. Happy birthday to you, Daniel. Happy birthday to you, Daniel. Happy birthday to Daniel. Happy birthday to you.
Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So I want to do a topic on grace tonight. And here's why I'm going to talk about grace. It's starting to become a tradition for me, my future son-in-law, who's like a son to me already, and my kids. We go to the NHL Winter Classic. We saw a game in Notre Dame a couple years ago. We're at Fenway Park 2 years ago, and then we just were in Chicago at Wrigley Field. What an amazing experience. So why am I talking about grace? We I think we left the house at 11:45 on New Year's Eve, and we got back, I think, around 8 o'clock at night in Chicago. Okay? We're walking up to the Airbnb, and you notice that the door is wide open in the front. All the lights are on, and my first response was, well, which one of us was the genius that left the door open? And it turns out it was me. I know I closed that thing because I didn't even know the code to get in the place or to lock it. So I blame my kids for that one. But I'm the one that left the door open. I don't know if I shut it, the wind blew it open. I don't know what happened. But right away, panic set in. But as soon as we took one step in, Skylar's MacBook computer was sitting on the kitchen counter, and I'm like, we're good. I knew it, because if that was gone, it would have been bad. And there was, all of our work stuff was in there. It would have been bad. And I thought, what a gift. What a gift. And I don't talk publicly about God specifically, but I made a note on texted a thing on whatever, on my phone, screenshotted it, and I just said, God, thank you, or something to that effect, put it in my story. The whole night I could not stop thinking about grace and just how we were shown grace that our stuff was still there. Because that would have caused, we wouldn't have been able to run group the next morning. It would have, if anybody's been robbed, which I have been before, it's not a good feeling. And I just literally was overwhelmed, not thinking of grace. I felt it. And I started thinking about that word, what it means when we come into a place like this, that we're shown grace no matter what you've done or said or whatever. And that had a profound impact on me, that I'm still feeling that emotion from it. I don't think I've ever had something evoke that much emotion in that word before, and it feels really good, and I want to carry, and I will carry that feeling into my daily living the best that I can, because it's humbling to feel grace. It's motivating to feel grace. It's the right thing to feel grace. And then how do you constantly give grace back when you have been fortunate enough to experience it? So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. And I think somebody that's more intelligent than me, I'm not talking about gratitude. That's different. I'm talking about grace. And how you guys think about that. Have you felt grace being at Racing for Recovery? Have your family shown you grace? The courts, a coach, anybody? I just want to talk about grace and how it's applicable to your recovery, and how you may or may not show it to somebody else. Let's talk about grace.
Kenzie.
I can speak on grace with my mother. What she did for me on Christmas, and just sitting in this room from the moment I came into this program. I have done so much to this woman in my addiction, from stealing, physically abusing her, mentally and verbally abusing her, and she's still sitting here today giving me grace just by supporting me and knowing that I can get through this. She always knew that I could get through this, but I had to believe it myself, and she allowed me to do that. And so her also holding a Christmas for me with my close family, because the bigger portion of my family are drinkers. So she decided to host a Christmas at her house, knowing there wouldn't be alcohol there. That is grace to me, that I got to spend that with my children and I get to give that back to my family. And I got to give that to my kids. And just all around to my entire family, but especially my mom. Because she deserves more grace than anybody in my life. So thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Kenz. Nick.
I had a moment yesterday as I was kind of wrapping up my 2024 and kind of doing some self-reflection for the year. It came up with a song, and it gave me a moment to reflect on how far I've come in the past year and how far my spirituality and everything has grown, and realizing that I'm looking forward to this year a whole bunch. So grace for me is something that I am giving myself through patience and time, and showing grace to my family and not expecting it back by not pushing myself back into their lives at my pace, letting them take things how they want. I think that's huge because I yearn so badly for my sister back in my life and things like that, that I cannot force those things. It has to be on their time. So I'm giving them grace because they also have to heal from the things that I did to them. And I deserve no apology over that. I don't deserve anything. I wronged family members in ways that are unforgivable. And for the few that have come back into my life, I'm grateful today. I'm also grateful for being able to feel all these things too. Realize that the highs and lows are all part of this, all part of my life. Being able to feel again. So, I don't know, I'm gonna be here every day and show myself some grace by not trying to rush this healing process.
Good stuff. Right on.
Hi, I'm Leah. Grace. So back when I used to be a teacher, a director, a coach, I had my own competition team, and I fell straight into addiction for one reason or another during a competition season, and I had to fold the group because I was being irresponsible with their money and the time management and all that. And a lot of them didn't forgive me, but specifically one, my youngest one, was checking up on me, still following through with her color guard career and continuing on. She even got into the group that I did when I was a world champion, and she told me that she wouldn't have gotten there without me. You know, I had so much shame and so much, and I would say that I had grief, and I was grieving because that was my passion. That was something that I loved to do. That was where my heart was, and I gave it away, and it felt like a piece of my soul was gone, and when I went, I don't think I would have. I think the moment where it flipped for me, where I started, instead of showing myself, when I started showing myself compassion, and I started showing myself, compassion was when I started to actually pay attention in recovery, and then I started to show myself grace, and I wouldn't be in these seats if I hadn't. I would still definitely be in addiction. I mean, even when I went down to Columbus for the Pride Festival down there, I actually ran into her. She bumped, like, I didn't recognize her at first because now she's like a 2-time world champion. She's got her own team. She's 25 years old now, or 23 or 24, something like that. And she bumps into me, and she just like stands there and stares at me, and I'm like, Gina. And she's like, yeah, hi. And she gives me a huge hug and she's like, how are you doing? What's going on? Like, tell me, like how you been? And I'm like, I've been sober at that point I was sober for 6 months. She's like, I'm so proud of you. Like, that's the ultimate definition of grace. Because I did not deserve that. I did not deserve that. I did not deserve her kindness and her love. Those members in that group, they actually looked up to me. They respected me. They accepted me. And they loved me. And I let them down. So like her to even just like, you know, give me that huge hug and just act like everything was just fine. I was just like, wow. This is definitely why I'm in recovery. I got to get back to that. So I have to continue to show myself grace and not get down on myself for what I did. And keep pushing on because that's what I want to get back to. It's that.
Who have you shown grace to?
My sister. We don't talk very much anymore. She actually hasn't talked to me. She hasn't spoken a word to me in about 3 or 4 years. And anytime I try to call my mom and she's with her, she'll hang up on me. And I think it's because, well, my mom tells me it's because that like when her son was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 2, I disappeared. But in my defense, I did that because I didn't want her to see me like that because she's already dealing with a 2-year-old who's got cancer. She doesn't need to see me in my active addiction. But I love them from afar, and she did not accept that. She thinks I have it. So I'm showing her grace because, I guess I can see how I had abandoned her. I could see that, but I did it out of respect, really. I'm showing her grace. She still won't talk to me. Even though I'm over a year in recovery, she still won't talk to me. And I think that I still have to give her that time and give her that grace. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's good.
Steve?
Well, I was given grace. My sister and her family invited me up for Christmas Day for a few hours, and that felt nice, because you remember, I wasn't able to see my kids physically for Christmas because, I was going to be at my sister's and her husband, and me and my sister don't get along, and she didn't want me there. So, I did FaceTime my kids, and what was good and stuff, but the thing, when I got to my sister's and, got the hugs and stuff, and her boys, and my sister's little grandbaby that's 4 years old, and oh my God, like he's like Uncle Steve, come here, was pulling my finger, was showing me how to doing the transformer, shoot some b-ball with them. And then the boys, because when I used to live there a few years back, we used to, they come from school and they would want me to be all-time QB and play football. So I haven't seen them in a while, and they've gotten big, and one's actually my nephew's going sworn in for the Army. So right after he graduates, he's going down to Cleveland in June, swearing he's going to be a tanker like his dad. And he graced me actually for Christmas PlayStation 4 of his. And but we went out, we played football. I was all-time QB. I actually kind of hurt my back a little bit because they wanted me to be wide receiver, and I tried, didn't have. But it was, and then the little one too, he's like, he wanted to play, and he's like, the ball. So I tossed the ball, and that little kid was gone, running, and he pulled, So it was good. It was good, And then I showed grace to when I called my mom to talk to my kids. My sister's husband, because they live right next door. They live in Sterling Heights. And as my sister's husband came in, I was like, hey, Jim, Merry Christmas. I can hear him say, Merry Christmas. And, hey, can you do me a favor? He goes, what's that? He goes, when you go back next door, give my sister a big hug. Tell her I said Merry Christmas and I love her. And that's a sister that didn't want me over there for Christmas.
Good stuff, dude. Right on.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Joe.
Hello, I'm Joe. Grace is a beautiful thing. It's when I was in my addiction, it's hard to fathom, but today I see it more than I don't. I see that with people in the grocery store. You know, I see that in my personal life, people giving me grace, or me giving other people grace. And I would like to handle situations a certain way. I know, you know, not everybody recovers at the same speed, and that's okay. Wherever you're at, whatever emotions you're feeling, it's okay, because you're right where you need to be. And for me, that's a huge personal growth to be able to see that. My grandma, I believe, is genuinely a saint. It's extremely hard for her to not give grace, to the point where it hurts me for her. I am giving my cousin grace right now because of things that are going on. So I pray for him a lot. I pray that my grandma's situation gets better, yet I know if I go there, I will just add turmoil to it. So I'm excited. I haven't seen her in like 7 years. So this Sunday, me and my mom are going to pick her up, and we're going out to breakfast together. So that's, I know it's late, but that's better than any present that I could ever ask for.
That's great.
Yeah, my grandma's my road dog. I miss her a lot. So, but I do not do good like you, Todd, with compliments. My sister, I haven't talked to in close to a decade, has reached out to me and told me that she's proud of me and that she believes I'm finally becoming the man that I was meant to be. And after reading that Facebook message from her, I cried for 3 hours. It just...
That's good.
Shook me.
Yeah.
I'll pass with that.
Oh, we're not done.
I think so.
Like how do you feel? Like sharing that right now, how do you feel?
Scared. I say that because I've been through something recently that makes it very hard for me to be vulnerable with people.
I hear you.
And I feel, in a sense, naked right now. I'm very proud and happy, yet apprehensive, because in my sobriety, I have 1 year, 22 days today.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I've gave love and trust into the wrong people my whole life, and that unfortunately continued into a couple people throughout my recovery. And it's hard for me to open up now, unlike it was before, because my experience lately, the things I open up about are thrown back in my face. So that's why I say scared. I know I'm safe here. I know this is a good place. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
If I didn't genuinely feel safe here, like I'm at home, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I'm grateful to hear you speak that way about this, and it's one of the reasons I'm back running this meeting again. Because it's, I stepped away for a couple years because of that same vulnerability and not wanting to get burned. And that's all I want to say about that. So I hear you, man, loud and clear. Yeah, congrats on your time. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, proud of you, man. Very good. What's up?
Herbster.
Hi. Grace started for me in this room. Racing for Recovery welcomed me in January of 2018. And they showed me grace that I had never been shown before by people I had never met before. And it was a feeling I never had before. So I didn't really know what to do with it at that point. Another example of grace is my brother and sister-in-law stepping up to take care of my son when I was addicted to heroin, and they took him in like their own and raised him for the last 10 years. And being able to see him this past Christmas was grace, because I still don't feel that I deserve that. But to spend Christmas with him was definitely grace at its finest. To be able to see what my brother and sister-in-law did for him, and to be able to see the young man he's turned into was grace beyond anything I could have ever wanted. And someone once said that the definition of grace is being able to be present in what is. And I think I allowed myself that through these last 7 years of sobriety, to just allow myself to be present in not only what I had done and the consequences behind it, but also what I was doing and the rewards behind it. And just being able to allow myself to experience that was something other than, like, I believe my addiction robbed me of grace because I was never present in anything. So the opposite of that was my recovery. And whether it was shown to me by others or just being shown to myself, it was always a vital point in my recovery. And I haven't been in this meeting in a while, and it's actually surprising enough, it's uncomfortable for me to share right now. And I grew up in this room. My recovery was started here, and now I work here. It shouldn't be hard for me to speak in here at all. I do it for a living every day, all day. I talk in this room. So I find it to be grace to be able to sit in here and witness the mom and Kenzie in here, because that's what the same thing I got. And it takes me back. It makes me quite emotional, actually, to be able to witness it again. That same bond that I had. I didn't deserve my mother to sit in these rooms with me, and she sat in support group after support group after support group 3 times a week. That woman was here with me at every support group, and I didn't deserve that. And but to be able to see her heal right alongside of me was huge, and Racing for Recovery did that for me. Now, I could go on and on about grace, but we only got a certain amount of time. So thank you for letting me share, and glad to be back in here watching you all heal.
That's nice.
Thank you, Brewster. Sam?
So I am very, very humbled and honored by grace. I'm being given grace right now after making a mistake, and I don't feel like I deserve it because I'm so ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. I am ashamed. But it's being given nonetheless. I am being given a second chance. What I don't know how to do yet is to give myself grace. I'm in the process of the consequences, and I find myself still focusing on the shame and believing that I deserve it. You know, but for how long? Like, I don't, I just have hope right now that it will come in its own time, and that, that won't be forever, and it'll just, when it's supposed to pass, it'll pass. But I'm interested in seeing, like, if I can learn ways to give myself grace. Because that's always been an issue for me. It's just like beating myself up, even over little stuff, and then all that does is, like, minimize my motivation, my self-esteem, you know, all these other areas of my life. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. I am giving grace right now to my family and my parents. I think Nick said it, I wanted to just jump right back in and be like, let's talk about everything, and that's not fair to them, you know. There was a long time where I didn't tell them a single thing, and they just worried and worried and worried. And so now, you know, I'm just letting them do it on their own, and I'm available, you know.
Since you've been shown grace, do you see that it's possible that then you feel you, and dare I use the word, should show grace to yourself, or at least you know you can show grace to yourself?
I believe that. I believe that I can do it. I just don't really know my way yet, I guess.
Okay. Good to see you.
Thanks. You too.
Jordan?
My mom has shown me a lot of grace. I never thought my stepdad ever would, but he recently, he's so proud to call me a stepdaughter. He's shown me amazing things. He's helped me through so much in this last year, like helping me get my car fixed, helping me with just talking to me. We've had ups and downs with, you know, my son, on our points of view of parenting. But he's also reminded me of like how strong I am, how far I've come from the day I walked in these doors to where I am at now, and where my future is already looking like. And just like this next year, like there's already things in place that I know I'm going to get to where, like, okay, now I'm already thinking of what's after that, because I know those things are in play. And I never in a million years would have thought I'd be. But everybody, my son shows me grace, whether he knows it or not. He doesn't know how stressed out I think I can get, because I don't give enough grace to myself still. But he just doesn't know that he does.
Very cool. This is it's over 2 years you've been.
It will be 2 years, February 21st.
Wow. Amazing.
She was my roommate. She walked in.
Yeah.
I think we've showed each other much grace in our friendship.
Oh, you and I for sure.
Much grace. I mean, we've come such a long way.
That's good.
I'm so proud, so proud.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned grace, because that was definitely, like, since the last time we were in here and you asked me that question about things I understand now that I didn't understand then. And I couldn't really describe anything but the feeling. You know, I have these thoughts 1,000 times a day. They're in my heart, you know. But I remember one particular time, I was so early on in my recovery, and I came in your office and I was really mad because of someone losing their way. And I just couldn't understand it. I had no concept of, like, how to deal with that. And I was so angry. And obviously I know that they have a choice, you know, but I still, everything in me just wanted to go out and rescue them. Like, wanted you to, to go out and rescue them as much as you do here. And I think, I think of that right now because of the amount of grace that you gave me then. You know, at the time, having that kindness. You didn't judge me for feeling that way. You know, you just knew that at some point I was going to get it. You know, and later on, as I've seen what you guys do here, I'm thinking, gosh, that had to hurt. but you offer so much grace to us here, you and the people here.
Do you know what is so, I don't know what the word to say. I just shared this story with somebody in the kitchen today that you're talking about right now. Just like at 4:30 today, because of what I shared about that person passing. I talked about our conversation that we had that day. That is crazy that you're bringing that up.
It's really, I didn't know if I should speak on it, and sometimes it's still hard to formulate words because those things were so deep, you know. But surely, I mean, for me, you're a father. That's how I feel about you, and it's because you gave me what I never had in that regard. And it's not that I judge anyone that goes back out or anything at all. Like, I want to say that too, like, or has come back, I should say.
Yeah.
Because I'm very, very, very proud of you guys who've done that. But I think when I look at you and I see how many times and think of the decades of times that you have kept your heart open, it just, every time I feel like I need to think about or be humbled, I think about how humble you were and how you never once in that room judged me. Never once in all the time I've known you have I ever seen you offer any judgment to any person. And for me, that's something I look to in my life constantly. I'll never get the amount of times I've been shown that grace. And because of being shown that grace, it's like, I'm going to have that with my child.
Yes.
I'm going to have that with this boy who is like a baby, just like I was. I was a baby walking in that room, you know? I just didn't know. And for people who may not understand or who do judge, it's like I have that grace because I have seen it here. And I'm able to have these relationships with these people who know how to give grace, who know how to give kindness. Because I have it in my heart and I know I deserve that. So I know I express that every time, but I'm so thankful for this place. And it's just pales, the words pale in comparison to what is in my heart. But it's there.
Heather, again, and I remember a little, not to break your client confidentiality.
No, you say whatever you want.
But you had asked me, or you made a comment, and this is what I was talking about earlier today, something effective, I'm paraphrasing, but you basically were asking me, is your heart is it turning to stone because of some of this stuff? And I said, no, it's actually that it's self-preservation in watching other people needlessly suffer. And I said, you'll understand that someday as you now do. And hearing Kenzie talk like that, and Joe, and that's the shift that we're not mad at people anymore. You can see it almost for like what it is. But I don't lie to people in here. I just shared that story with Dean in the kitchen today.
Honestly, like, I was mad for you, you know, at the time. I was mad. I was just angry. I just didn't know how to deal with that. I didn't know how to deal with loving people that much. But as time went on, I understood how much you love them, how much you feel. Like, and then it gave me a deeper respect for you because of that. Because it's you choose, and that's what you told me in that room that day too. You choose how to deal with it. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't get it, but yeah.
Much respect to you. Wow. Okay.
Rob.
I don't know how to follow that up, but thinking about grace, and I feel like a lot of these walls were built on that. Coming in,
I was an absolute disaster. And I mean, even Joey checking me in, it was just so kind, and like the warmth you could feel. And then kind of just going through my way here, I don't really think I gave myself grace until, I don't know, 6 months or a year. And it wasn't until I think that I saw a few people pass from here, and it kind of solidified to me that we're here in a struggle for our lives, and what we're doing here is monumental. And that's why I still come back Tuesdays and as many Sundays as I can make, just to kind of pay it forward. Thinking about giving grace, went to my grandparents' house on Christmas Day, and still not a lot of my family knows the struggles that I've had and that sort of thing. And some of the grandkids come walking in with a 18-pack of Coors Light and some seltzers, and they're all having a time. And I'm sitting on the couch, almost having an existential crisis. Like, how are they doing this? And I'm here, and A, they didn't fucking know. But B, it really took me going to the bathroom, looking in the mirror, and giving grace to them. They don't know. They're young. They don't have problems like you do, Rob. You made your choices in the beginning, and these are the consequences. And this is where we're at. And looking at the graces that God has given me, my son sitting next to me, and my wife, and the job that I still have, and those things kind of put me in a better mood, and kind of just turned me around to, what the hell are you worrying about, man? You've got it all. And I think that's why I keep coming back, is my dad always told me, surround yourself by good people. And that's what this place is to me. It's just good people. Yeah, everything you guys have given me, training my mind, training my body. I used to feel like I was... Thanks. I felt like I was waiting for a storm to come. And now, even through these tears, I feel like I am the storm. I'm ready to take down anything. And I thank you.
Sandra.
Dude,
Thank you, Rob.
that was nice. Yeah.
Sandra.
Hey, Rob, you know you're one of those nice people here too, eh? Right? Yeah.
Every Sunday. Wow. Same on Sundays.
And there's still a lot of grace I'm still trying to give myself.
Keep going, man. Yeah. Beautiful. Wow. Hey, Joe, thanks for getting the cleanup. Wow.
Thanks for that.
Wow. Okay, Shreya, what do we got?
Leo.
Okay, I guess I'm double dipping. Hi, I'm Leah again. So I just wanted to comment on the idea of grace. So my mom showed me, I would say, too much grace. No matter what happened, no matter what I did, no matter what I was doing or whatever, she always gave me a bed to sleep in. She always gave me a roof over my head, food to eat, money in my pocket. I think at a certain point, grace can become enabling if we're giving too much. Even being here at racing, I've been shown grace, but at a certain point I was held accountable for some of my actions. And I think grace is amazing, but at a certain point, the enabling will hinder us and keep us from growing. And I think that is something that we should keep in mind, that grace is wonderful. Grace is amazing, but like at the same time, too much grace can lead to destruction.
Maybe that's a topic for next week. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Great meeting, guys. Before we close, I just want to say that Racing for Recovery is going to do our best to enhance what is already a pretty decent thing we have going here. There's some new ideas. I'm surprised Michael didn't say anything about some of that or pose a question, but we're looking to, I will say this, we're looking to enhance the spiritual aspect of our component in a greater capacity, and also just offering more help. I don't want to give details yet, but this thing has been going on for 24 years, and it's never a mindset of complacency. It's always a mindset of content, but a notion and a drive that we can and will improve and do better. And I love that about us as an agency and the people that make this agency what it is, and that includes everybody who's here tonight. If you're watching out there, share this, watch our podcast, and just share this stuff and get the message out to people. So thanks for coming, and who has the answer for the five-poem deal, street?
Autobiography in 5 short chapters. 1, I walk down the street, there is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in, I am lost, I am hopeless. It isn't my fault, it takes forever to find a way out. 2, I walk down the same street, there is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it, I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. 3, I walk down the same street, there is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there, I still fall in, it's a habit. My eyes are open, I know where I am, it is my fault. I get out immediately. 4, I walk down the same street, there is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. 5, I walk